turf under my feet is soft. I've crossed so many fierce landscapes to get here. Thorns, stones, stinging nettles, barbed wire, skeletons of men and women in ditches. There was no hiding there. There was no yielding. There was no solace. No shelter. But here there is hiding. I can hide. I am hidden. The flowers surround me, but they don't imprison me. I am free. Hidden, but free. I'm a captive no longer. I am lost no longer. No one can find me or see me. I can be seen only by the eyes of the jungle. The eyes of the leaves, but they don't want to harm me. There's a smell of burning. Velvet odor. Very deep. An echo like a bell. No one in the world can find me.
What did you say that your name was? I made a note of it somewhere.
McPherson.
That is funny. I thought it was Gonzalez. I would be right in saying that you were born in Tutankhamun?
I came here at your urgent request. You wanted to consult me.
Did I go that far?
When I say you, of course I don't mean you. I mean they.
You mean Calloway?
Calloway? I don't know Calloway.
You don't?
Yours was the name they gave me.
And what name was that?
Saunders.
Oh, quite.
They didn't mention Calloway.
And when you say they, I take it you don't mean they.
I mean a man called Sims.
Jim Sims?
No.
Well, if it isn't Jim Sims, I can't imagine what Sims you can possibly be talking about.
That's no skin off my nose.
I fervently hope you're right. Oh, by the way, Manning is popping in to see you in a few minutes.
Manning?
Yes, just to say hello. He can't stay long, he's on his way to Huddersfield.
Manning?
Huddersfield, yes.
I don't know any Manning.
I know you don't. That is why he's popping in to see you.
Now look here. I think this is getting a bit out of chord. First Calloway, now Manning. Two men I have not only never met, but have never even heard of. I'm going to have to take this back to my people, I'm afraid. I'll have to get a further briefing on this.
Of course, I'm terribly sorry. You must know Manning by his other name.
What's that?
Rawlings.
I know Rawlings.
I had no right to call him Manning.
Not if he's the Rawlings I know.
He is the Rawlings you know.
Well, this quite clearly brings us straight back to Calloway. What's Calloway's other name?
Saunders.
But that's your name.
Were you keen on the game of soccer when you were lads, you boys? Probably not. Probably thinking of other things. Kissing girls, foreign literature, snooker. I know the form. I can tell from the complexion. I can tell from the stance. I can tell from the way a man holds himself whether he has an outdoor disposition or not. Your father could never be described as a natural athlete, not by a long chalk. The man was a thinker. Well, there's a place in the world for thinking, I certainly wouldn't argue with that. The trouble with so much thinking, though, or with that which calls itself thinking, is that it's like farting any lorry down the keyhole, a waste of your time and mine. What do you think this thinking is pretending to do, eh? It's pretending to make things clear, you see? It's pretending to clarify things. But what is it really doing, eh? What do you think? I'll tell you. It's confusing you. It's blinding you. It's sending the mind into a spin. It's making you dizzy. It's making you so dizzy that by the end of the day, you don't know whether you're on your arse or your elbow. You don't know whether you're coming or going. I've always been a rather vigorous man myself. I had a seafaring background. I was the captain of a lugger. Boatswain's name was Ripper. But after years at sea, I decided to give the arts a chance generally. I tried a bit of amateur refereeing, but it didn't work out. But I had a natural talent for acting. And I also played the piano, and I could paint. But I should have been an architect. That's where the money is. It was your mother and father who woke me up to poetry and art. They changed my life. And then, of course, I married my wife. A fine woman, but demanding. She was looking for fibre and guts. Her eyes were black and appalling. I dropped dead at her feet. It was all a go then. Love, football, the arts, the occasional pint. Mind you, I much preferred a fruity white wine, but you couldn't actually say that in those days.
Why can't I come?
I told you there isn't room in the car.
Take him with you.
I told you he can't. There's no room in the car. It's not my car. I'm just a passenger. I'm lucky to get a lift myself.
But if I can't come with you, what am I going to do all night? I have to stay here with her.
Oh, gosh. I wish you'd take him with you. Otherwise, I'll have to stay with him.
Well, you are related.
That's the trouble.
You're related to him, too.
Yes, but once we get to this gig, I'd lose him. He's merely a method of transport. We wouldn't see each other again. Emotions or family allegiances don't come into it.
Well, go with him then.
I told you he can't. There is no room in the car. It's not my car. I don't have a car.
That's what's so tragic about the whole business. If you had a car, none of this would be taking place.
Look, I don't want him to stay here with me. I can assure you I actually want to be alone.
Greta Garbo, are you going to be a film star when you grow up?
Shut up. You know what I'm going to be.
What?
A physiotherapist.
And she will be a great physiotherapist.
She'll have to play very soothing music so that her patients won't notice they're suffering.
What?
I did your neck the other day and you didn't complain.
That's true.
You had a spasm and I released it.
That's true.
Didn't complain then.
I'm not complaining now. Look, I think you're wonderful. I know you're wonderful. I know you'll make a wonderful physiotherapist. But I still want to get to this gig in Amersham. That doesn't mean I don't think you're wonderful.
Go to Amersham, please. You don't think I need anyone to stay here with me, do you, Jake? I'm not a child. Anyway, I'm reading this book.
But you don't want to be all on your own.
I do want to be on my own. I want to read this book.
I don't even have a book. I mean, I have books, but they're all absolutely unreadable.
Well, I am off to Amersham.
What about me?
Oh, for goodness sake, take him with you to Amersham. Or don't take him with you to Amersham. Or shut up, both of you.
Well, I'm off to Amersham.